Other comments? Okay, before we adjourn, what do we do next?
I didn't have a comment on legal bills, but I have one more item I'd like to have you consider in your long-range planning.
Okay.
And two.
I recollect last fall, John was losing sleep over the township debt. We're very concerned about the township debt. And I know that there is a schedule, a plan on retiring each of the different components of the debt. And I think it would be useful if we codified that, made us the little chart, so that it was easy to see that we owe $6.5 million, $4 million of it, $4.5 million is being paid off by the tax. You got it already.
Had it.
Well, could you share it with us?
This is.
So you're not losing sleep anymore, that's good.
Say that again?
You're not losing sleep over the debt anymore.
No, the fact of the matter, we're still $9 million in debt, and that debt won't be retired until 2032. To add more debt, you missed my point. To add more debt to it, either by buying a lawnmower on credit or buying a backhoe on credit, that's what I'm against, and that's why I brought that up at that time.
Yeah, so
This
I
is
see
self-sustaining,
that-
and this is going to be paid off over time through the taxes that are already instituted. Okay, I never say never, but I can't imagine retiring this debt early because of the tax code is already provided for it to be retired. I just don't want to add to it.
Or because we're going to have to repair roads or things
Sure.
like that.
But I think you maybe I misled you, but no, we have $9 million in debt. We can't.
Does that include the finance charges on it?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
so
it'll
what
go
is
down
the-
every year.
Right, so, you know, when I say I have a $100,000 mortgage, I don't say I have a $100,000 mortgage plus all of the interest I'm going to be, you know, interest I'm going to be paying on that for the life of the mortgage. I talk about that if I were going to pay it off now and I had $100,000, I'd pay it off. So what is the amount of the debt without the finance charges?
Well, the finance charges are on there. I mean, it's a total debt that we're, until we pay it off. It was originally, Jim, if I'm reading this back to June 2012, it wasn't 9,000, it was 11,478,000. Now is,
If you want the principal amount, the principal from 2012 was $8,965,000. That has been reduced by the end of 2014 to $8,050,000. So $900 and some thousand dollars has been paid off. Most of that is electoral debt. The amount of electoral debt at refinancing was $6.715 million. The amount of non-electoral debt, and when I'm saying electoral debt, that means open space money. That was approved by the voters in 2 separate referendums, and there is a dedicated tax for it, and that dedicated tax brings in more money than is necessary to pay our bond payments every year.
So
The non-electoral debt is what I'll call everything other than open space. That was, as of the refinancing, $2,250,000. As of the end of 2014, it was $1,995,000.
Jim, as to the open space debt, isn't it also so true that when the excess of open space taxes over the debt payment due that year accumulates to a certain point, the loan will be repaid?
It could be. Can be repaid. Now, it doesn't have to be repaid.
In part.
Yeah, it can be repaid, and right now we bring in about $200,000 more per year of open space money to pay off the bond issue than we need, and that we accumulate that every year. And in fact, as of the end of last year, we had about $790,000 after we had made our 2 payments on the open space portion of the bond issue for 2014. As of the end of the year, we had accumulated almost $800,000. in additional open space funds that can only be used for paying off that bond issue.
And we haven't done that yet so far, I think, because there's a prepayment.
There's a
up to a certain
prepayment
point.
penalty for so many years,
Right.
and then the other issue you run into, of course, is, do you want to make partial payments, because then, what it does then is you have to redo all your schedules.
Right.
The other issue is, as part of both the refinancing and as part of the original loans for open space, we have 0.25% earned income tax. Well, that can't be changed. I mean, that's what secures the repayment of the open space money, and that's what the bondholders are depending on to get that repaid.
So we're in default, we cut it.
You can't cut it, yes.
Right.
It can't be cut. That's what the bondholders are. And one of the things they depend upon to make sure that they get the bonds repaid is the fact that they expect that those, that earned income taxes are going to increase, so that there will be more money over time to pay off the open space fund, the open space costs.
Okay.
Thanks.
Brian?